The death toll from a week of intense violence in southern Syria has surpassed 1,000, according to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. The deadly clashes involved Druze fighters, Sunni Bedouin rivals, Syrian government forces, armed tribes, and Israeli airstrikes. Among the dead are at least 336 Druze fighters and 298 Druze civilians, including nearly 200 reportedly executed by government security forces. The observatory also reports the death of 342 government personnel and 21 Sunni Bedouins, with some allegedly killed in retaliatory executions by Druze forces. Additionally, 15 government troops are said to have died in Israeli strikes. Now we are joined by Ali M. Abushbak. He's a Middle East researcher joining us live from Cairo. Thank you, Ali, for joining us. Good to see you. What more can you tell us about the rising tensions and between Syria's Druze and also Israel and in the region?
Osuma, thank you for having me. In fact, the situation in Syria, it's it's a bit complicated, especially after the Arabian tribe has been involved in this conflict between the new government represented by Al-Shara or Al-Julani and the minority of Druze in Sweida. So the majority of Sweida residents, they are from Druze, and we have seen since the beginning of Muhammad al-Shara, he held the power in Syria after the fall of Bashar al-Assad regime. There is a several of clashes happened between the fighter or between the armed people and also Druze minority, and Israel involved in this conflict. And the last month also Israel has conducted a several of airstrike warning the new regime to treat the minority of Druze well and give them the right for as a civilians, as a first class of civilians. On the ground, people are frustrated while the Druze and taking the help from Israel, and Israel interrupted in this kind of conflict, so make it more complicated. Also, the violence has been escalated in several of areas. People from Druze have been displaced their village and their city due to the fighting and due to the gunfire continuously. So make it more complicated. Several of casualties from both sides, from the guardian people, from the security, or from militant people who belong to the Syrian regime, and from the fighter from Druze, the minority. Several of civilians have been killed as well, as that make it the situation more complicated. Despite that, Al-Shara, the day before yesterday, he confirmed that they reached to the ceasefire between his regime and between Druze, that mediated by Israel and America and many countries, Turkey. So, and also we have witnessed last week that Israel conducted an airstrike in Damascus, and it was of deeply strong, and sending the message to the Israel to don't attack the minority of Druze. Especially Druze has a good tight relation inside Israel with the army and with the Israeli government, and they are participating in the Israeli operation in everywhere, and they are a part of Israeli armies. So that's it. Israel take the responsibility to save this minority in Syria, and also make it more complicated that Druze Syrian have been called, that Druze Israelis Druze to fight against the new regime and to take their self-determination, which Muhammad al-Shara completely rejected and considered Syria as a unit, one country without any partition. That make it more complicated, and we have witnessed that Muhammad al-Shara, he's in serious exam, especially after the remove the American sanction on his regime and on Syria. So now Syria and Mohammed Sharh is in serious exam. Either he use or either he will be yeah, success in this exam and taking a responsibility to treat minorities and to to apply the democratic rules in Syria, or he's going to attack the minorities or no. So we have witnessed a weekly there is a clashes and backlash from the Syrian government toward the minorities, and we have witnessed also there is a Alawi before that they are attacking the minority of Druze, they are attacking the minority of Alawi in Syria, which make it more complicated, the situation of minority in Syria, especially these two sects, Alawis and Druze in Syria. So the situation for this, it's completely uh, terrible, especially after the fall of regime Bashar al-Assad, who give them the many rights and treat them very well. So I guess the coming time we will see. I guess now there is a no fighting and they reach to ceasefire. I hope they will reach, and also under because the mediating between Turkey and America. So I guess the coming time it will be a good news, especially from Druze and from the Syrian regime.
Thank you, Ali, for sharing that. Please stay with us as we stay on this topic. Now, Iran has replaced its air defenses that were damaged during